Scorpiana, welcome back to the Renaissance Tarot. Welcome to your funny and your most favorite Armenian guy, where I serve and I slay. So today, dear Scorpio, I'm going to be doing your twin flame reading for the month of February. And this will be a general reading. So it may resonate with you, it may not. But also this is very specific for the group of Scorpianas who know that they are on a twin flame journey. Now in this reading, dear Scorpio, I'm going to be taking a look at your recent past, present, and future, the main energy between you and your twin flame. I will clarify all the cards and get some final advice for you. Scorpio, I want to thank you so much for being here. And of course, I didn't forget about my water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. I just finished doing Cancer's reading. I'm doing yours and I have Pisces left. So to be honest, I had a very productive day today. Did a lot of cleaning into my wardrobe, bedroom, cleaning all the dust and everything, getting rid of some of the clothes that I wasn't wearing. It just felt so good to declutter my wardrobe. It's literally so liberating, Scorpio. You know what I'm saying? For those of you that are just new onto the channel, I'm your funny and your most favorite Armenian guy. I am a quadruple Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Mercury. And guess what? Yes. My North Node is in Scorpio, so that's my destiny. So I'm saying some sassy shit out here. So Scorpio, honey buns, let's see what's going on for you, Scorp-John. Let's see what's the deal with your twin flame. What's the drill? So I'm saying. So Scorpio, the energy between you and your twin flame is the Fool. Not surprised. That's a pretty good beginning. And what you don't see coming at the bottom of the deck, you have the Hierophant. Some of you are dealing with the Taurus, Aries. I'm getting here Virgo, Libra, possibly another water sign. Okay, could be a fire too. Now, in the month of February, the energy between you and your twin flame is a brand new beginning with the Fool. There is a desire here for a fresh start. Not surprising at all, because this is also the month where we're going to experience the first Mercury retrograde. It's going to start February 26th until March 20th. Yeah, that's the date, I feel like. I think those are the dates. But it's going to be, we're already kind of getting into this pre-shadow period. So there is a lot of comebacks and a lot of contact coming in from the past. So there is a possibility of you and your twin flame embarking onto a brand new beginning. We're going to clarify this and we're going to find out soon. Now, in the recent past, you have the High Priestess, the Ace of Cups, and the Magician. A lot of you were manifesting the love of your life, and then guess what? You did meet your twin flame. Okay, they're different, soulmate, twin flame. So you met your twin flame in the recent past because of a manifestation. You met this twin flame of yours for a very specific reason. There is something here about a spiritual connection. A lot of you felt a very strong pull and a magnetic connection between you and them. We're going to find out more when we clarify. There was a lot of love, definitely. Now, in the month of February, Scorpio, what you don't see coming here is there is going to be reunion and a reconciliation between you and your twin flame. The Justice is here, which is talking about relationship being set right, and the Three of Cups, Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups represents Scorpio, and the Three of Cups is a reconciliation. We're going to find out more when we clarify. In the near future, you have the Page of Pentacles, Five of Wands, Four of Pentacles. In the near future, this brand new beginning is going to happen, but it's not going to be the easiest. One of the reasons why I feel like it's not going to be so easy is because there is a tendency to face some sort of an opposition or conflict whenever you and your twin flame try to get back together. This opposition and this conflict could be due to a third-party situation. It could be cultural differences. It could be multiple people involved into this situation. There is something about your twin flame, Scorpio, pulling back, you know, kind of retreating. And you have that fear that what if they pull back, what if they disappear and things like that. But what you don't see coming here is the long-term relationship and a long-term commitment with the Hierophant. And then there is the Ace of Swords, and the Moon. There is going to be some sort of a conversation surrounding a very important topic that you have been nervous about, or they have been nervous about. We're going to clarify this and we're going to find out more. Now, without any further ado, dear Scorp, we're going to get into your reading and we're going to clarify all the cards for you. So, Scorp-John, how you doing? I had an active recovery day today at the gym, cleaning, decluttering, I went live on the membership side as well for the all signs for love and career. So, you know, been keeping it busy and productive. So this brand new beginning here, Scorpio, with the Fool, that's giving Aries energy also, Mars, action. The Fool is clarified by the Two of Wands, Ace of Wands, and the Queen of Wands, and the Knight of Wands. So you and your twin flame have been hurt a lot by this push and pull and back and forth and back and forth. Again, with the Two of Wands, you could be dealing with someone who constantly travels or someone who is actually from overseas or you are from overseas. So for many of you, this brand new beginning here is literally confirmed by the Ace of Wands. Ace of Wands, as you know, I get very excited about the Ace of Wands. Love me a nice, thick, juicy Ace of Wands. So I'm saying, so this is about a brand new beginning. This is about a fresh start. And this also encapsulates a decision that needs to be made in terms of the future, right? You and this person, when you both met, when you and your twin flame, you both met, there was definitely a moment where you were at the crossroads of your life. They were at the crossroads of their life. And there is something here about making an important decision. Something here happened in the past that I feel like that maybe created this separation between you and them. Geographical reasons, like location-wise, relocation, career-wise, third-party situation. And the third party could be anything, not just a person, but any other situation. But now for the month of February, there is a desire here to come back together. And just to clarify, the twin flame journey can be very intense because it is basically one soul split in two bodies, and like there is a lot of mirroring going on. So I'm saying there is a very strong chemistry, there is a very strong push and pull, separation, chaser, runner dynamic, and it also can bring them together, back together. But the question here is, how much are both of you healed to be back together? Because once healed and, when healed, it can be very empowering. So Scorpio, in the recent past, you have the High Priestess, and the High Priestess is clarified by the Moon, the Five of Cups, and the Page of Swords, and you have the Star. Okay? So for many of you, like I said, you manifested this relationship. You might have just ended something with someone in the past. There was a very toxic relationship that a lot of you got out of. And then you called in your soulmate, and then you manifested in your soulmate. You called in, new love, new love, new love, and then there is this new love came in. So you're gonna be the one that is gonna know the intensity of this relationship that you had with your twin flame. You're gonna be the one that's gonna know and tell me, or maybe just contemplate how intense was that connection, right? When you met your twin flame. So the Ace of Cups in the recent past, dear Scorpio, is clarified by the Devil, Capricorn energy, the Temperance, Sagittarius, and the King of Cups. So for many of you, when you met this person, one of the things that really, really attracted you and your twin flame together was this very strong sexual chemistry. So I'm saying, like, there is something about your twin flame's body, okay, that you really, really found it to be very appealing. Their spirituality also, or their mindset. There is something about this connection that you found yourself as if you found yourself being back home. But also when you got back home, quote unquote, when you connected on a much deeper level with your twin flame, there is something here, Scorpio, about your twin flame. You're realizing that there is something here about addictions or toxicity. Someone here maybe had an addiction of smoking. I was going to say hookah. Maybe the person comes from a culture where they smoke hookah. Smoking, alcohol, compulsive behavior, money mishandling situations, right? Behavioral patterns. So there is something here that you were faced, unfortunately, and that also indicated that, everything felt great in the beginning, but there is something toxic. Could have been also a third-party situation. Now, in the recent past with the Magician here, this not only means manifestation, but in the other context, for some of you, you could have felt that maybe there was some sort of behind-the-scenes manipulation going on. So the Magician in the past is clarified by the Knight of Swords, the Justice, and the Knight of Pentacles. I feel like that one of the things that maybe happened was maybe someone here was going through legal matters. Also, there is this very strong cut-off energy. Your twin flame might have cut you off. There is this very strong disassociation energy. Someone started disassociating. Someone started pulling back, okay? It was very difficult for you to move on from your twin flame, but I think that in the present moment, you have done a lot of work. Something here is going to be set Something here is going to be set right. Justice is here. So it talks about relationships, talks about karma. The Three of Cups here indicates a lot of happiness. All of a sudden, reconciliation, putting the pain behind you. You could be meeting your twin flame through a group of friends again. There could be a meeting clarified by the Eight of Cups, Page of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles. See, Scorpio, if you have been doing the work within yourself and regulating your nervous system and focusing on your independence, focusing on yourself, there is going to be an opportunity. You become more magnetic. And exactly the same way that your twin flame walked away from you with the Eight of Cups, I think they're going to come towards you and they're going to want to make an offer because they see you not needing them. And that's typically what happens with the twin flame connection when this chaser and runner dynamic, it gets switched because the one who was constantly chasing, and if it was you, that person, like in this way, you started focusing on yourself, doing the things that make you happy, focusing on your own stability. So for a lot of you, I do see here that that's what you have been doing. If not, then you should start, because it's not just trying to bring this person back. It's more so about you focusing on your well-being. What would the best version of a Scorpio be doing now? The Justice is clarified by the Three of Swords, the Hanged Man, and the Queen of Cups. So you already have dealt with this heartbreak. Queen of Cups, that is you looking into the Three of Swords. You already have looked into this heartbreak, Scorpio. You're really transmuting and alchemizing this pain. It hasn't been easy, but with the Hangman right behind you, this painful situation has actually granted you a new level of understanding and a different perspective about your twin flame journey, about life in general, about how to navigate. You have alchemized this pain, and you are the Queen of Cups here again. So, I think in the month of February, you're going to find yourself feeling more rejuvenated, getting back to life, getting back on track. The Queen of Cups is clarified by the Ten of Wands, the Death, and the Five of Swords. A lot of you are putting an end to this constant conflict, drama, whatever happened in the past. You no longer are doing that. You are disconnecting from any kind of dramatic situations, from anything from the past that disturbs your peace, right? With the Five of Swords and Ten of Wands. And the Death is the card of a Scorpio. That means transformation. You are basically removing yourself from toxic people, toxic connections. And when it comes to this twin flame connection, if it has been toxic or if it was unhealthy, if it was very much disturbing, you're not even wanting to engage into anything that may trigger. Not that you're avoiding this, but you just know already that it's in the past. You no longer want to associate with that. The past behaviors, the way that you guys would blow up on each other, you guys would be mad at each other. You're changing your way of communication. You're actually protecting your peace at all costs. So you have the Page of Pentacles. There is going to be an offer, Scorpio, clarified by the Ten of Swords, the Three of Cups, and the Judgment. Like I said, Three of Cups is coming up again, which also showed up in the present moment. Scorpio, there is going to be a reunion and a reconciliation offer coming in from your twin flame. The Judgment here is a realization, and it's an epiphany. Someone here is waking up. It's a wake-up call. And I think that is your twin flame. I think they are realizing that if they keep doing the same patterns, if they keep doing the same addiction, having the same addictions or whatsoever, what it's going to end up doing is they're going to get hurt even more with the Ten of Swords. So this pain also has been telling your twin flame something that they need to change and that they need to be better. They also need to change their way of communication. They need to change their way of dealing with you. Okay, so let's clarify the Five of Wands. There is something about this person kind of not really taking you very seriously in the beginning. Your twin flame, clarified by the Queen of Swords, the Tower, and the Seven of Swords. You could have also dealt with an air sign. Nonetheless, cross-watchers, don't get offended. This may not be your story. Now, in the recent past, whatever situation caused you to doubt your twin flame of being honest, you're going to address that. You're going to talk about that undoubtedly. The Queen of Swords is you. You are someone that you are not going to hold it back anymore. You did have some trust issues with your twin flame in the past with the Seven of Swords. But what I'm seeing here for you is, you're just going to need to change the way that you address this. That's also as a genuine advice is what I am picking up on based on the energy. You're going to basically choose on how you're communicating with your twin flame about lies, deception, because if they get defensive, then you already know, just to kind of really be careful. Four of Pentacles, this is a very questionable card. I don't even know how to put it into words. So the Four of Pentacles is clarified by the Knight of Cups, the Fool, and the Knight of Wands. So you both have been holding on to each other. That's what it means. You both. you both of you, Knight of Cups and the Knight of Wands, are headed towards the Fool. And the Fool was the main energy between your twin flames. The cards cannot lie. It's a complete sprinkle situation. You both are going to be moving towards a new direction. The pitfall here is the advice here is to be careful, okay, of not getting crazy on each other, not being harsh towards one another. You have the Hierophant, Scorpio. This is about commitment. Let's clarify and get the advice. So what is the advice for Scorpio? What do you need to know, dear Scorpiana, for the advice? So you have the Ace of Swords here. This is definitely you're gaining a lot of clarity. You are going to get even more clarity when it comes to this person and to this situation. There is also something about body of water or water. You could have met by the water. So I feel like the biggest piece of advice here is to remember that there is always a choice here that needs to be made. We always make choice on constant daily basis, right? So you can choose to enter into this or to re-enter into this relationship and try to give it a chance, okay? But if it's causing you stress with the Nine of Swords, if it's causing you headaches, if you don't know that your twin flame is completely healed and everything is going great, but all of a sudden there is still a lot of triggers, then you need to decide on which direction you're going to go to, because this is about you protecting your peace, right? Because this twin flame journey can be quite tumultuous. Now, dear Scorpio, I love you so much. This is what I had for you. I wanted to make sure that I serve and I slay. I will see you very soon. Take care. Bye.